You know what it is.
Reviews from the West. Victor Martin.
Ryan Kerr.
And we just saw Amphibious: The Last Fish.
Amphibious? I thought it was indigenous.
Oh, crap! This is another prequel. The second prequel in the franchise.
So a sequel.
It's a sequel
to the third movie.
The third movie.
And a prequel to the first one.
So this one, you follow Elise.
And she's going back to her childhood house.
Yes.
And it's in five Clever Keys, New Mexico. And her childhood home was haunted when she was a kid. Mm-hmm. Still haunted today. And the person who owns the house now is calling on her because it's still haunted.
And it's for her job to get it done. It's her duty. It's her mission in life to help others with spiritual issues.
Objective. Mission complete.
Roger.
Lee Wanell wrote this one. Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Him and James Wan did the first one. Him and James Wan did the second one. Kind of a little more Lee Wanell in the second one. James Wan left and did The Conjuring and Fast and Furious and such. And and then Lee Wanell took over the third Amphibious, and then he took over this one, the fourth Indigenous, and he's kind of running the show. Who directed it?
Adam? The guy who did Taking of Deborah Logan was the director.
Yeah, was it Robert something?
Adam? So, yeah, like he said, you follow more with Elise. You get to see her childhood, which I kind of liked because you don't know too much about her. But here in this film, you get to see what her family situation was like, how her parents dealt with her gift that she had, and kind of how this whole thing started with her investigations and whatnot. And I thought it was quite interesting, and she's probably the highlight of the movie,
Definitely.
in my opinion.
She was so good. There's just one scene where she's talking about her childhood to Specs, and his name is never coming back. Whatever the other guy's name is, Mullet Beard. She's talking to them about her childhood. Just the way she moved her hands and was like looking around, I was like, she's such a good actress.
You know, she plays her character quite well, and yeah, she's really enjoyable. And the other characters, Spanx and Beard, they're kind of like they were in the previous movies. Kind of a couple jokesters, pretty awkward. They get the job done, but a little too much humor at times.
A little too much, like the good old E.T. phone home joke when a certain character is on the verge of death. Why?
Yeah. It's never good when a joke is like during such a tragic moment or like a serious situation. They just like pop in a joke. I'm like, okay, you just totally ruined any sort of tension or anything. There's a few times in the movie it's like that. I'm just like,
yeah.
Why?
I remember laughing 2 times in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
2 times. That was it. I mean, those jokes were earned. The other ones were very... I understand the like meta humor of like, it's not funny, so we're pointing out that it's not funny, but that doesn't make it become funny. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying here?
Characters, yeah. There's some other characters in the film that kind of are spoiler territory. If we were to talk about them, we'd have to go more into the plot. We're not going to do that. But
yeah,
there's some other characters. They're fine. They're decent.
There's a ghoulie we can talk about.
The ghoulie? Yeah. There's another demon, like in the other films. The highlight creature.
The reason you go.
Yeah, the reason you go, Mr. Keys, Captain Keys. You know, I don't know. He's it's all right.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Right.
And then they just keep showing him.
And it's like,
what?
It's like, okay, this has lost its touch. The one scene that you see in the trailer is probably my favorite scene. And that's not good because you already know what it is when it's coming, but it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, Captain Keys was serviceable. I mean, well, honestly, since I already saw that thing in the trailer, like, that was good, but I saw it, so I was like, this isn't scary.
Sort of tension.
My favorite part is the very, very, very first time you see him. just the hand. That's
Right.
it. Just up the door.
Just the hand.
That was it. That was my favorite part with him.
I like the beginning a lot.
Beginning was good.
I like Elise's character because she's
Yeah.
kind, she's welcoming, and she does her job well for the most part. It seems like she gets herself in some predicaments each movie, but I digress. She's a good character. The tone is good in most moments when it's not full of chuckling jokes, and the technical stuff like lighting and camera work is fairly good.
Yeah, sound design was great. He used a lot of surround. Movies don't do that much anymore. It was really good sound.
Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff there, and that's kind of it. I don't know.
That's where it ends.
Where the good stuff ends.
Alright, the movie was not scary. There are loud sounds that made my limbs, like, jerk, but that's just what happens. Someone blows a blowhorn out of nowhere.
You're gonna flinch. It's just
That's what happens when
Cons.
there's a loud noise in a dark, quiet room.
right.
Someone blew an air horn right now, I would do one of those. And that happened during the movie. They weren't earned most of the time.
Right.
Like he was saying, the beginning of the movie, it got creepy too. The beginning was really good. There was potential there, and they've squandered it.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's just predictable scares, and you can see it coming. The way the camera moves around a corner, or the way the
music
sound
pulls out.
Right, and it's stuff that's like,
Yeah.
so obvious. It's just kind of annoying. There's a few times where it's a little eerie, and there's a couple good moments, but it's not very different from what other horror movies do when it comes to scares. And it's like, try something new.
Yeah, this is really like a modern horror movie thing.
Dude,
Like,
it's been like a...
every horror movie for the past, decade or so has all had the exact same formula. And it's really getting old. And here's the thing with jump scares. Yeah, they can be effective if you build them properly.
Mhm.
And if they're real scares of the actual spooky stuff. But when it happens every 5 minutes, it loses its touch, and all of a sudden the jump scares aren't even scary anymore. Because you're like, I've seen this like 30 times already in the past 40 minutes. It's not scary, it's just slowing the movie down at this point.
Mhm.
And you don't... If this somehow ever made it to any of the writers that do any horror movies, not every build-up needs a closer.
So yeah, scares weren't great. There's a couple decent ones, but overall it's samey stuff you see all the time.
Yeah.
It's just kind of... There's nothing I really hated or seriously disliked. The humor was kind of garbage for most part.
I laughed twice during this movie.
Couple-
Two jokes.
Couple moments.
You've seen the movie. Comment those two you think I laughed at.
And it's just a little disappointing how there's not much too different from the other films. They're playing it pretty safe.
Very safe.
And, while they're competent movies, they're fine as they are, it's just like...
They could be so much better.
You would like to see them kind of do new things rather than like put a new tech for Spanx and Beard, or just I would like to see them do new things besides there's a haunting, going to the house, getting trapped in the further, yada yada, all the stuff. Like, I just want to see something new, and maybe they'll do it in the next one if they do, but
honestly, that's Ghost Adventures at this point.
it's just Ghost Adventures, the franchise. Like, some film versions of Ghost Adventures. And it's a little disappointing. That's what I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about it. That's all I gotta say.
Do you think there should be another one?
No.
Think they should stop?
I think they should stop, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, if they do another one. It's kind of like at this point, I don't care. Do another one. If you're gonna do it, just go ahead and do it. Alright? You know it's gonna make you money, so just do it.
Yeah, and Eloise is honestly, like, the only thing bringing me back. If it was just Spanx and Beard...
Oh, goodness.
Can you imagine if they do that just for one movie? You're just like... Can you imagine that?
Oof.
That would be really poor.
It would have to be a comedy. Like, even if it's not funny.
Even if it's not funny. Watch, they're like, we're like Ghostbusters, we're funny with ghosts. Stop.
Oh no!
Stop.
Don't give them that idea.
Stop.
Don't give them that idea.
There's your review.
And amphibious, the last B.
Bee, bumble, wasp, hornet, wings, honey, sting, pollinate, honeycomb, cinnamon toast crunch, Cheerios.
So overall, what did you think in the movie? Would you recommend it? Would you watch it? Tell us.
I would recommend it. I think people will have fun with the movie. But I recommend it and I would not see it again. I would not want to own it on Blu-ray. I mean, if it were on Netflix and someone I was with hadn't seen it and they're like, whoa, I missed that. Can we check that out? I'd be like, sure. That's my score. That's what I think. I'm glad I saw it. I had fun with it. But
I thought it was decent. Decent to average. There's some things I liked, some things I didn't. Follows a lot of the same things as the others, and there's not much new. It's pretty average. I would never buy it unless it was $1, which that sounds so bad, but
$5?
$2.99.
$2.99 is your
$2.99.
max. What if taxed? It was like $3.80.
That's fine. I recommend it if you've seen the other ones and you just want to see where it's going. That's Amphibious, the last B. Did you guys see it yet? What did you think about it? Let us know. That's it. That's us. So we're gonna jet out. Gotta go. Oh, forgot my ripped plate.